6 to their lead. Here's Seibert now to add the extra point. It's good, and it is now 21-7. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And Nick Chubb, the one to finish it off, as he does so with a touchdown run.
Austin Seibert to kick off for Cleveland.
Mess around and put that thing over your permit. 6 figures every year, yeah, earn that. At the front of this line is where my turn at. Sometimes you need a friend, not the ones that just show up and don't put nothing in. You know.
Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. Taken in the end zone. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
At their own 25.
Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31.
It's a pickup of 6.
Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles above the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
That's complete to John Ross. And he'll be brought down right around the 37.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
They will throw on first down with Burrow. That's caught by the tight end, Drew Sample. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. 2 minutes remain in this opening half of Super Bowl 55. A reminder, coming up at intermission, we'll get highlights of this Super Bowl from Jonathan Coachman and the crew in Orlando for our EA Sports halftime report. Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. And this is picked up by the Browns. And he returns it into enemy territory down to the 45-yard line. Always costly to cough up that football. These defenders, they become so adept, though, at jarring it free.
Yeah, it's amazing that there aren't more fumbles caused, because now, if you're an offensive player, you go through ball security drills every single day. It's really not out of line to think you should take the ball to bed with you and just hold on to it. But the bottom line is, no matter how much you try to protect it, these guys are pretty good at finding ways to knock it out.
31-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They go play action. Mayfield, he's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And this one is incomplete. He was looking for Odell Beckham that time. But it's going to be second down. Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10. Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
So many things have to come together just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage. The blocking, the timing of the pass to the runner, everything has to fit together just right. But on that play, the defense was able to disrupt things and hold it to a short game.
And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
But things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick it down, any down, even 3rd down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
He's got it. That catch good for only a couple.
Now that's a defensive coordinator's nightmare right there. You're covering everyone, and the guy's not even the intended receiver ends up making.
And he's in. Touchdown, Browns. Taking it in from a yard out. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage.
That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow because they've had a tough time through the first 2 quarters. They really were determined to get a stop there. Unable to do so, that makes their comeback hopes that much more difficult.
Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21.
Austin Seibert to kick off for Cleveland.
Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. An incredibly short. Now a hit and a loose football.
Fumble on the play. Recover it by the throw.
Oftentimes when we talk about piling on in any subject, it's a negative. In this case, for this team, it's a real positive. Just scored. Now they go down, knock the ball free, get it back. They got a chance to really increase their lead and put themselves in the driver's seat.
On the other side, a little insult added to the injury. They're in a bad spot. The Pro Bowler Odell Beckham, the intended receiver. But it'll be second down. Throwing again, Mayfield on 2nd and 10. And finding the tight end Hooper. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. Here's Mayfield. Dancing to his left. Now he'll pull it down. And just shy of the goal line as he's out of bounds right at the 1. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at 2nd down. The lone man in the backfield here is Chubb on 2nd and goal. Steps away to a touchdown, Cleveland.
And that's a lead that excites a team as they head into the half. Good way to finish things off.
Yeah, able to extend that lead, and you always say it, that can totally change the complexion of half number 2.
Yeah, it changes your morale, changes your outlook, but even before that, let's see if they decide to kind of squib kick or what they're going to do on the kickoff, because you don't want to give up a big play right before the half ends.
Good point. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And the route is on here in this first half.
Austin Seibert to kick off for Cleveland.
So time enough for a kickoff here. 5 seconds remaining in this first half. Short kick. One of the up middle taken now. They're going to take this up close to the 40, so really good starting field position.
38-yard line.
And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their 38. Final play of the half for Burrow and company. Going deep downfield for Ross. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. So we've come up. So the halftime show in the Super Bowl abbreviated, ready to go for the second half.
Austin Seibert to kick off for Cleveland.
The never tedious halftime show behind us, and now it's back to football as we get going again in Super Bowl 54. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision, loses him about 4 yards. The Bengal offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. Burrow and the Bengals with a 1st and 10 at their own 21. Out of the gun, he'll throw. Now Burrow loses the football. But I think a Bengal player was able to get in there. He was. And they'll keep possession of the football. We talk a lot about setting the tone to start the game. Well, you want to start the tone right in the 3rd quarter as well, and nearly lost a football there in their first drive.
And sometimes we overdo it when we talk about halftime adjustments and what teams are going to do. Most of the time, it's just a matter of executing the game plan you brought in. But I'll guarantee you, they didn't draw that play up on the whiteboard at halftime. They're fortunate to retain possession.
Being chased out left. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
Yeah, it looks like a nickel set now for the Browns on 3rd down. Burrow looking to pass. And this is going to be incomplete.
We're into the second half now. This is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. Now Natson. And now look at him go. He had his sights on the end zone, no doubt, but is brought down after a huge return there. A very short field to work with now. 1st and goal after the great punt return. They'll give it to Chubb. And he takes this one in for a Brown score. Nick Chubb, his 2nd touchdown of this Super Bowl, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the numbers. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
Austin Seibert to kick off for Cleveland.
Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. An incredibly short kick fielded way up there. And they'll be set up pretty nicely here as they have it up to the 35-yard line.
1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
Cincinnati now ready to take the field. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up.
Yeah.
Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
I mean, you think he might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And he'll take this one for about 4 up to the 40.
The ball carrier.
End result of that one, a nice 4-yard gain, so you can use that to set up your play-action game, or you can come right back and continue to run the football because as an offensive play caller, you're up.
And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down.
Joe Burrow sacked. A loss of 6 yards.
How about that, partner? His 2nd sack of the game, and that puts him in some pretty good company. 17 guys have had 2 sacks in the previous 52 Super Bowls, but only 3 have had the record number of 3 sacks in this game.
And we've got the list here. If he gets another one and everyone behaves nicely, we might just list those out for him. So that'll leave Burrow and the Bengals with a 3rd and long after that sack we just saw. They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Well, you got to think that sooner or later, they're going to hit one of those, but the coverage has been excellent thus far, and it was again on the last play.
Punting now is Huber as he sends it away. Here's Natson. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. Baker Mayfield leads the offense out for their next possession. And we'll see if he opts for a heavier dose of running plays, because running is where they've had more success than in the passing game.
And the way they've spread it around to different people running it as well. It's not just been one principle.
It's caught at the 10. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Odell Beckham, 64 yards, as his guys continue to pour it on. It took them a while to get their speedster involved, but they found him downfield there.
And what we've discovered as we've watched games is the speedster doesn't have to have a lot of catches, doesn't have to have volume in order to have a huge impact on the game. His speed scares the heck out of defenses, and other guys can capitalize, but when you finally hit him and he carries it all the way into the end zone, that's what you're paying him for. That big threat that can make big plays on a limited number of catches.
That's how you step on the stage with your first catch. Take it to the house.
Austin Seibert to kick off for Cleveland.
Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. Taken about 7 yards deep, and no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Cincinnati set to take over once again. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side, because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. A gain of 13. It's a first down. What makes a draw play like that successful?
Well, we did see where he made the first wave miss, and that was a big part of it. But a lot of it is just being actors back there, making the defense think it's going to be a pass.
Now left side on the swing pass. Nothing on that one. It'll be second down.
That's a nice job defensively to make sure everyone was accounted for, because ordinarily you pick up the guys downfield and sometimes you forget about the running back. In this case, they did not and dropped him for no gain.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. A second down completion got him 7. Now here's 3rd and 3. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. He's got his man here. It's Green. And now a fumble. The ball's out. And this is picked up by the Browns. And what a return as he brings this all the way back down to the 20-yard line. These defenses have become so opportunistic, and no matter what you're playing, in this case wide receiver, you got to be careful.
Certainly do, because there is a phrase in today's football that we use all the time: completing the process of the catch. Well, it's after you do that where the trouble begins, right? Meaning you've tucked it away, you're trying to get downfield, but someone's always coming up trying to rake at the ball and knock it free.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. Mayfield on first down. Flush to his right. And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17. And that was Carlos Dunlap who got in to take him down. First down, a bit of a disaster. And now on 2nd and goal, back even further. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
A gain of 12 yards.
Now Mayfield on 3rd and goal. Flushed out right. And this is caught for a Browns touchdown by Landry. Jarvis Landry. His second touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Browns continue to roll.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his second touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. 1 quarter remains here in the Super Bowl. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Austin Seibert to kick off. For Cleveland.
Seibert now to kick this thing away. To return it, Darius Phillips. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
The Bengals take over 1st and 10.
Now this Bengals offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. And their Super Bowl hopes are dwindling here in the 4th. That AFC crown from 2 weeks ago starting to seem like a distant memory. And this one just has not gone as they had hoped. Burrow going to lead up the Bengals here 1st and 10 at their own 23. He'll set up to throw. On the screen, Bernard. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling him almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays. Harder to move it.
Now Burrow to throw on 2nd down. Got an open man. That's C.J. Uzomah. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A gain there of 21 yards.
That's a nice catch there. Remember, he had the fumble earlier. No way he was giving up the ball in that situation. Secured it tight to his body and picks up the 1st down.
Now Burrow on 1st down. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Larry Ogunjobi in for the sack. And you hate to say it with a rookie quarterback. He's done some good things, but overall, looked a little bit overwhelmed back there, hasn't he?
He certainly has. But in his defense, he hadn't had a lot of time to throw the football. You like the way I said that? In his defense.
In his defense. I got it.
You see what I did there?
Yeah, he needs better protection, that's for sure. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation. Now the Bengals on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This will be 3rd and 15. from the shotgun, Joe Burrow. And that is incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Here's Kevin Huber now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. The Browns offense trotting back onto the field. And they are trying to play it cool down on the sidelines, but they know that they are very close now to wrapping this thing up and letting the celebration begin. A Super Bowl title within reach now as they try to polish this thing off. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 14. They run it again with Chubb. And that closed up quickly there as he gets it up only to about the 17. Only a yard on the gain there, and that'll set up 3rd and 13. The Browns on 3rd down. A perfect 4 for 4 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Gets this to Kareem Hunt, his running back. Oh, he breaks a tackle, and he's got an alley. There he goes, right side. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. They seemingly just continue to score at will. And as great as it's been for the offense, you got to feel for that defense down there.
I love how you use the word will, because both teams came into the game with the will to win. But one team has obviously imposed its will on the other and broken them. Because what we're seeing right now, wow, that's a defense that's in tatters after what they faced in this ballgame.
Extra point by Seibert, up and good, and that will extend this big lead.
Austin Seibert to kick off for Cleveland.
Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off.